Hi there YouTube, Voan here again today, and as you can see here, these are the same two controllers that I reviewed last time. So here we got the Retrobit Super Retro controllers. You already know my opinions on this. And the Super Retro Trio controllers. And yeah, as you can tell, you pretty much know what I think about these two. So if you remember, between these two, if I should prefer one or the other, I prefer this one over this one. So yeah, but today it's not gonna be, today I'm gonna do a review on a similar products to this. But one thing that I have to say that is kind of interesting about the product that I'm going to review today as compared to these two controllers is that, yeah, I never really thought of anything while I was doing these reviews for these two controllers. I merely reviewed them depending on how my experience with them and how I enjoy them so much. But I never really thought that both of these, one is actually the improvement over the others, or one is actually the updated version of the others. Because as I was doing research on Retrobit and controllers that Retrobit has been making so far, I found another interesting products that are similar to these two. So yeah, and that is this one right here. This is the Classic Controllers for Super NES, and it's manufactured or made by TTX Tech. So TTX Tech, I myself never really heard of that company, but I heard that, I have researched that this company has been doing a lot of great stuff with retro gamings. And one thing that caught me interesting with this controller product here is that they advertise here as saying it's for Super Nintendo and Retro Duo. Now, the and Retro Duo part is the one that caught my interest, because I don't see Retrobit's brand on here at all. So I was thinking that might be like an advertising purposes, or maybe just for ads, just for Retro Duos. So I don't have the console, I have the portable only, so it might just be an ad for this kind of controllers or consoles. So yeah, but as you can tell, on the back here it says features all 6 controller buttons, including L and R shoulder buttons, D-pad accuracy for Super Mario Kart, Street Fighter 2, and all your favorite classics, compatible with all Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, and Retro Duo game systems. That's the part that got me right there, and Retro Duo game systems. So how does TTX Tech have anything to do with Retro Duo, especially one that doesn't have TTX in it? So we'll have to see and find out, because this controller, if we unbox it and we take the controller out, you can see this is a brand new controllers. You can tell it has nothing at all on the controllers. So we take it out of the bag, it'll look like this. So it'll look kind of similar in design to the Super Retro Trio controller. So this is the Super Retro Trio controller, and this is the TTX one. So as you can tell, they look nearly identical. The only difference is this one has the Super Famicom color buttons, as well as the concave Y and X, and the convex B and A buttons as well. So it basically uses the same layouts and color as the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo, just like how the Retro Duo Portable use it. But if you can see down here, printed right there is the select and start buttons. You can tell it's carved, or yeah, it's deeply carved in there, printed in there on the controller. It doesn't show it doesn't show the text very well, but if you look really hard you can see that. But if you look at the Super Retro Trio controller, you can see it real clear, and the select and start buttons are shaped and manufactured with the same quality too. So why is this important to these controllers? Well, as you can tell on my last review of these two controllers, I was merely requesting for Retrobit that if they could manufacture this kind of quality controller, but instead of using the Genesis hookup like last time I was like this Super Retro Trio controller is a perfect controller, but they were using the Sega Genesis hookup. Well, this one right here is an actual Super Nintendo controller, so it uses the Super Nintendo hookup. So I was wondering maybe if this might be the Super Retro Trio controller, but with a Super Nintendo hookup instead. So I was doing a lot of research on this. I was very careful because there might be some that might just be false advertising, but I trust that this might be it. So I actually bought it, compared to the Super Retro Trio a bit, and there's something I found interesting too. If you look on the back of the controller here, you can see there's TTX Tech, and you can see that number down there, but those are not the important thing. The important thing is the label here. You can tell every controller that that TTX made, or at least this one, came with this circular little clock-like label down here. And if you look at really close, you can see that the number 8 has been crossed, and there's a TTX's brand logo right there, along with the year that it was manufactured. So it's TTX 2013, and the marking of the 8 there must mean that this controller was manufactured on the August of 2013. So if that is so, then this controller might be an up-to-date controllers. I'm not really sure about that. However, I discovered that the Super Retro Trio controller also has the same label. As you can tell, if you look at here, this is the Super Retro Trio controller, and it has the same clock-like stickers. And this time it has the 12 getting crossed, and it's also TTX on the year of 2013. So that means that this Super Retro Trio controller is the most up-to-date controllers. So it was manufactured on the December of 2013. So if TTX made this one immediately after they made this one, then that means that this one and this one must have the same quality build to it. So these two are recently made. They were released in 2013. So if the Super Retro Trio controller is actually very accurate with its control, and this one was manufactured close to it, then this one might be a suitable controller. As you can see, I have bought this before. I have bought 2 of these controllers. So this is the one that this is the same one that came on this box. The only thing is I put my own brand on it because it doesn't have a branding. So you can look on the back, it's also from TTX Tech and also has that same circular sticker too. So this one, this one is actually manufactured in May of 2013, so it's actually before the other ones and before the Super Retro Trio, but it's also very, very great in quality here. However, these two controllers are not the only one from TTX. If we look at the Super Retro controllers, you can tell it has the same circular stickers. And remember, this is the controllers that struggles with the D-pad there. If I can only get that sticker close enough to the camera here, you can see that this controller is manufactured around November of 2012. So this one actually came before the other two. So you can see there, the 11 is marked and it says TTX 2012. So even though Retrobit Retrobit put their branding here, the actual manufacturer came from TTX. So now I realize that this controller is the improved versions of this one. Basically, the Super Retro Trio controller is the improved version of both this one and this one. So yeah, but let's try this one first and make sure if this one is up to par with this one, because we already know what happened to this one. The D-pad here is really struggling when playing games like Super Mario All-Stars here, and also Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So if you can tell, we hardly can't do Chun-Li's Fireball at all with these controllers, and we hardly struggle. We usually struggles with the down crouches on Super Mario All-Stars. So yeah, this controller's outdated. I'll pretty much just keep it for collector's purpose, but other than that, I won't be using this too much. It's still a great controller though, it's just that, yeah, I'm glad that I finally found out that this is the outdated ones. So now that I got this one, we're gonna try and see if this one does these games justice and compare it to the Trio controller and see if it can outperform it. If this one works as great as the Super Retro Trio controllers, then this will be for this will be for keep. So I'll definitely keep this. As you can tell, I already play with this for quite a long time too, so managed to buy like another one and the other one here, which I put the Super Nintendo sticker on it because it's actually that good. So I'll test it for you guys and see if the performance is actually as comparable to the Trio one. So yeah, let's test it together and see how it goes. Okay, so we got the Super Nintendo all hooked up now, and we got this controller all hooked up and ready to go. So we're gonna test Street Fighter 2 Turbo again, just like the Super Retro Trio controller and the Super Retro controllers. And then after that, we'll go straight to Super Mario All-Stars, just like last time. So we'll see if the performance of this controller, the TTX one, is as good as this one. So yeah, we'll see if this is as good as this, because if this is as great as that, or if it works better than that, then yeah, this controller is for keep. So yeah, let's see how it does. So we'll start with Street Fighter 2 Turbo first, like last time, and try to see if Chun-Li's fireball will work. So I'm using the controller, so let's see how it goes. I have to go here and change the settings. I'll choose Chun-Li like last time, and this time I'll just play arcade mode and see how it performs. Let's see, does spinning bird work? Yep, spinning bird works. Yep, fireball works too. Awesome, very awesome. Let's see round 2. So let's try round 2. Very awesome. So yeah, it seems to work with Street Fighter really well too. So now let's try Mario All-Stars. So let's take Street Fighter out, Mario All-Stars in. And let's try those 3 levels again. So this controller, let's try all of them. So Super Mario Bros. 3, like last time. And let's see if it works. Yep, it works just fine. I have to say, the quality feels just the same as the Super Retro Trio controller. The flying still works. I'm not gonna go down there anymore. I'll just go straight to that pipes. Alright, let's see if it struggles with the pipe. Yep, no struggles. Let's see if it can slide on level 2. So, yeah, level 2 now. So, yep, no struggle at all. See, does it struggle here? Nope, doesn't struggle. Alright, so the moment of truth is level 3. So let's see if level 3 can handle the crouching. Alright, let's see now. Let's get those coins really quick. Alright, the moment of truth, does it work? Well, let's see. The crouching, well, it seems to work kinda okay. Yep. Let's try again. Alright, that works. That works. That works. It works. It tends to struggle sometimes, but overall, the D-pad still works. So you just have to press down immediately before you get to the block. So if you hold it exactly at an angle, it will not crush at all. But if you press down immediately once you get there, then it will do. It still struggles a little bit, but it's not as bad as this one. So yeah, it does struggle a little bit on the D-pad here, but like before, it's kind of in the same quality, or almost the same quality as the Super Retro Trio controller. I mean, this one is perfect. You can crush instantly, but yeah, this one, it works too. It struggled for a little while, but if you know how to, if you crouch it at exactly the right time before you get to the blocks, it'll work. Just don't hold it close to the angle. Also, unlike the old controller here, on fighting games, when you press forward, it doesn't jump. So that's really good with this controller. Yeah, the quality is the same as the Super Retro Trio controllers. The D-pad is more improved than what it was on the Super Retro Controller, but overall, I still prefer the Super Retro Trio controller. But even if I prefer this one, that Genesis hookup at the end still makes me ponder if they'll make more of these, because yeah, these are really nice. D-pad works great, button works accurately, all responsive and all that. So TTX really did a great job with this controller. I mean, they already did a great job with this one. It's just that the D-pad needs more improvements, and with this controller here, they actually did improve it quite a lot. So I can actually perform moves easily on Street Fighter now, and playing Super Mario All-Stars with this controller doesn't hamper the experience at all. It does have a little bit of struggle with the crouching on that trick there, but overall it's not that bad compared to the old ones. But if they do have more of these controllers in the quality of the Super Retro Trio controller, then I have to say this one is a must-buy. It plays very well, it works very well, and it works quite as good as the Super Retro Trio controller. So yeah, and to that, I put my brand of approval there to make sure that this controller is mine now, because these controllers are great. So this controller right here, the brand new TTX controllers that I just got today. Yeah, this one is the same as this one. So these two controllers, I love it so much, I actually bought a second one. And this one, since it has no branding, and since I know that it's a really great controllers, I'm gonna put my own branding in there. So I'll just peel that out. And there it is. So Voan. So from now on, this controller is mine. So yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with these games now. So yeah, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time on my newer upcoming videos. So also, if you look on the Retro Duo Portable here, if you look on the back side, it too also has the same stickers. So as you can tell, it says TTX 2013. It was manufactured on the October of 2013. So yeah, this Retro Duo Portable actually has the improved control of the Super Retro Trio controllers and this one. So the Retro Duo Portable here is actually great.